For months before her death, Karen Pays told her closest friends the same chilling warning, over and over. If something happens to me, it was my sister. She is going to kill me. No one believed something so unthinkable could actually happen. Then, in the spring of 2021, Karen simply vanished, and the truth buried in her own backyard would shock an entire Florida community. Karen Pays, a retired Verizon engineer living a quiet, orderly life in Carrollwood, Florida, shared her two-bedroom home with her only sister, Deborah Patton. The sisters had lived together for roughly a decade, but according to friends, tension between them had grown impossible to ignore. Deborah, once social and present, had withdrawn almost entirely, at times refusing to even come out of her bedroom. On May 24, 2021, home surveillance video from across the street captured Karen outside gardening, meticulous as always about her lawn, waving to a passing neighbor. It would be the last time she was ever seen alive. Days passed. Karen's friends grew worried when her texts stopped sounding like her, short, cold replies in place of her usual detailed explanations. When she failed to confirm a haircut appointment she'd been looking forward to, alarm bells went off. By May 29th, her friends reported her missing. Responding deputies found something deeply unsettling. Karen's purse, wallet, and car were all still at the house, but Karen was gone. Her sister Deborah claimed she had no idea where Karen was and couldn't recall the last time they'd spoken. But investigators noticed something else in the backyard, a freshly dug patch of dirt, right where Karen had recently planted a young lemon tree. When confronted by a horrified friend who asked point-blank, "Karen's in there, isn't she?" Deborah reportedly said nothing, only pursing her lips. Surveillance footage told its own damning story. In the days after Karen vanished, Deborah was seen dragging large black trash bags to the curb, walking the dog, and driving Karen's car, the only person coming and going from that home. When deputies finally secured a search warrant, they began digging into that patch of earth. Roughly 2 feet down, they found what they were dreading: a body wrapped in black trash bags, bound with duct tape and bungee cords. Around the neck was a gold necklace engraved with one word: Karen. The medical examiner's findings made it undeniable. Karen had died from a devastating gunshot wound to the chest, one that tore through her lung, heart, and spine. Deborah Patton was arrested, initially just for abuse of a corpse, but once the cause of death was confirmed, that charge escalated to second-degree murder. The case took years to reach trial, after Deborah was ruled incompetent to stand trial, and spent time in a state mental hospital. By 2026, she was finally back in court. At trial, prosecutors laid out a chilling timeline. Karen last seen alive on camera, then gone, with her sister as the only other person entering or exiting the home. No gun was ever recovered. Karen's phone was never found. The defense argued there was no proof of premeditation, no clear evidence of what actually happened inside that house. But it was a friend's gut-wrenching testimony about Karen's own warnings, "She is going to kill me," that haunted the courtroom. The jury convicted Deborah Patton of second-degree murder. At sentencing, the judge didn't hold back, condemning her calculated actions as reprehensible, ultimately handing down a life sentence. Deborah Patton is now serving that sentence at Homestead Correctional Institution in Florida, a chilling reminder that sometimes the most dangerous person in someone's life is the one closest to them.